Hello to you beautiful people. My name is Noa Lakshmi, coming to you with another cosmic forecast, astrological update of what's going on. All for all of us to be inspired and to live as the best version of ourselves, because we are elevating humanity for a better world using our astrology, using our planets and our cosmos to give us more guidance, just to help us, just to assist us. And let's dive into what's happening right now, and just a little bit about this next week. It's the 26th today of July, a Tuesday, and I know it's like almost every week I say, oh wow, there's a lot going on, and it's not that there's nothing going on. There is, don't you worry, but there's a little bit of a slowing down to some degree, meaning it's not as intense as it has been in the last couple months. And I know I said it before, like July, end of July, August is more like our time to take a breath of fresh air a little bit, get all geared up for September. Nevertheless, there's still a lot going on, and just with my conversation with people, there is what seems to be chaos. People are experiencing chaos, and that can manifest as physical stuff that is going on for you. It can be mental breakdown, mental chaos, so to speak, emotionally, feeling that things are quite chaotic or just, falling apart to some degree. And for many of you, it can really look like an external manifestation of things disappearing, things falling apart, things dissolving, and this chaos, this feeling of, whoa, where am I going next, or what's going on, or you try something and it doesn't work out, or just things are chaotic. I'll just say that. And it might be all of the above if you are experiencing that, like mentally, emotionally, physically, in the external world, things are just feeling super chaotic. And I'm just going to start with that, saying that the chaos, we tend to classify that as something bad, and it's not necessarily the case. Yes, you don't want to live in chaos all the time. That's definitely very draining and unhealthy. But chaos sometimes is necessary for things to be recreated. It's inevitable. It's not that it's necessary, it's really inevitable as part of the process. It's in between stages, if you know what I mean. And I'll give a great example of, let's say you're moving or you're wanting to clear your closet. There's like tons of stuff in your closet. It's stagnant. It's been sitting there for a while. You've got to take everything out and really go all the way deep to the depth of the closet and get everything out and sort everything out to make space for new clothes that you want to buy, or just make space in the closet. It's like, fuck, I don't need this anymore, right? And for those moments, for as long as it takes, sometimes it's a few hours, sometimes it's a few days, that there's a big mess. Like everything is out, all the boxes that are out, stuff from the past, all are laying there on the carpet, and it's chaos. Like the room is chaotic. And that chaos, though, is part of the process to get you to the next phase, right? In order for you to create that new space. So I just wanted to give that as an example and maybe bring you a little bit of peace when it comes to, if you are experiencing chaos in your life, it's not the end of the world. But what is required when things are chaotic and maybe don't make sense is faith. And this is the ultimate test for you to get stronger in your faith and really knowing that life has your back, and whatever you want to call it, life, universe, God, whatever it is for you, it has your back. Your only job is to stay true to yourself. And this is a big theme of what's happening right now. It's about to happen in a few days. Uranus, the planet Uranus. The planet Uranus is an outer planet, and it's a very important planet, and especially right now with all the awakening that is happening, people are waking up, people are seeking for more information about spirituality, about themselves. People are feeling this urge to actually be free and liberate themselves, and that's what Uranus is all about. Uranus is liberation, it's freedom, it's independence, it's individuality, and so much in our society is homogenizing. In society, it's hard to find freedom, individuality, and really express yourself fully and truly, and that's what's being felt right now. And the biggest theme of this message that I have for you this week is all ruled by Uranus, because Uranus is going to go retrograde in 3 days. Like I said, today's the 26th, the 29th is when Uranus goes retrograde. Retrograde is not a bad thing at all. Uranus is going to be in retrograde for 5 months, and we're starting to feel the effects. Every time a planet is about to go retrograde, we start feeling the effects of that energy slowing down, and then it stops, and then it starts going retrograde. So the whole idea of retrograde is that the energy of that planet is more geared towards the inside. It's more internal. So with Uranus being retrograde, this whole energy of liberation, breakthrough, independence, thinking out of the box, upgrading, reinventing, it's calling us, the planet Uranus going retrograde, it's calling us to go within, and especially if things are chaotic right now, and you've got to find your true expression, you've got to find your authentic expression. And we're still riding the wave of Leo energy. The Sun is in Leo, Venus is in Leo, but especially the Sun being in Leo, we're feeling it very strongly. Leo is all about love and self-expression and courageous self-expression. It's about coming from the heart. It's the expression that is coming from the heart. And Leo wants to be center stage, but at the end of the day, it's using that energy of Leo to really express your heart and express what is in your heart and express your own self-authentic truth. And Uranus now joining this party, in a way, going retrograde, is inviting us to go inward and find that. It's almost rebellious. That's another thing with Uranus, that it is the rebel. And it's sometimes it requires you to be the rebel, to rebel against belief systems that you were taught that are not yours anymore, some value systems that were taught to you, but it's not really your truth, it's not in alignment with you. Any type of perceptions that are just outdated, they're not you. You got to go in and check all of that. What are you still following just because this is how things are supposed to be, and you're not really following your own truth and your own authentic expression? And Uranus just doesn't allow that. Uranus wants you to become your own sovereign authority to some degree. And that's why the rebellious aspect, and it doesn't have to be a rebellious thing, but for some, and we see it in society too, when there's a lot of suppression, what happens? There's a civil war. There's a revolution. There's rebellious energy that just people are sick of it, yeah? So in your own life, instead of getting to a place of I've got to rebel, I've got to break free, and it's just finding your truth and really connect to that and express yourself authentically and from your heart and from a real place, and not what you think you should be or should say. And it's a breakthrough. It's a breakthrough. And I talked about this last week, is that sometimes the breakthrough happens through a breakdown. And maybe that's the case for you, that things really need to break down. You need to go through your own breakdown mentally, emotionally, maybe even physically, to just snap out of it. And that's what Uranus does. Uranus also, when we don't wake up, when we don't just choose to do it ourselves, there's that element of surprise, there's the element of shock. Uranus is very unpredictable, and you can experience that in your own life, in your health, experience that in your relationship, when there's just an unpredictable factor that comes in, and it's like, shit, now I have to do something different. So Uranus going retrograde is really inviting you to go in and find the it's really potent right now, and just to find your own truth and to think out of the box when it comes to your life. If you need to do something and you just think like, oh, it's maybe out there, outside of the box, go for it. Go for it, as long as it really feels true and right in your heart. Now, another thing that I want to mention here is that the planet Mercury is going into the sign of Virgo, and that's going to happen on the 30th, a day after Uranus goes retrograde. And Mercury going from Leo, which is a very fiery sign, Mercury is going into the sign of Virgo, which is Earth. So first of all, there's a little bit more stability that is going to be felt mentally, also just a little bit more stable. And at the same time, Mercury in Virgo, it's happy there. It's one of the signs that it rules, so it's happy there. And with Virgo, it really invites us to pay attention to details, to really check the facts, and not just, okay, yes, I've got this grand vision, awesome. Really look at the facts, really pay attention to details right now. Pay attention to the details in your life. Pay attention to the details in front of you. If there's new projects, new opportunities coming your way, maybe not to jump too fast into things, but pay attention to the details. And another aspect with Mercury going into the sign of Virgo, Virgo is so much about health and cleansingness and cleansing and clean. And I see it as just a mental cleansing. Like I've been talking a lot about cleansing your body, which is still very much in effect this whole year. The invitation to purify, to cleanse, to really purge all the outdated and yuck and guck in your body. Same thing applies now with Mercury going into Virgo, and it's just going to be there for a few weeks. But nevertheless, it's a mental cleansing. It's a mental cleanse that needs to happen. And especially with Uranus going into retrograde mode, and it's going to trine Mercury. There's going to be a beautiful aspect between Uranus and Mercury. So the invitation to upgrade your mind, your thoughts, your perception, your communication. The invitation to upgrade and reinvent, and again, think out of the box. So what are the mental constructs, thoughts, perceptions that are you're ready to purge, you're ready to cleanse, and cleanse that mental aspect in your life. Same thing when it comes to conversations and certain engagements, exchange that you have with people. All of that is ruled by Mercury. Start being more discerning, because that's another thing with Virgo. What are you letting in? What are you bringing out? That exchange of information that is ruled by Mercury. Start having more discernment. Is it really worth my energy to communicate this? And do I really want to let this in, this information, whatever the information is? If you find yourself in research mode and just facts, and just getting information all the time, is the time to start to increasing your discernment skills, and what the information that you want to take in, and what is the information that you want to convey. So have the discernment when it comes to communication and words and thoughts, and having that cleanse going on for yourself, which just goes into the theme of cleansing your mind, cleansing your mental space. And Mercury is gonna square the planet Mars as well. So you might feel a little bit of anger or angry communication, or just things that have been frustrating you that maybe want to be communicated. So I just want you to pay attention that the communication doesn't come from a place of anger. It doesn't come from a place of frustration. It doesn't come from a place of just, again, speak and think later. So take a moment before you actually express, especially if you feel triggered, especially if you have been feeling frustrated. Have that discernment again. What do I really want to express? What is worth being heard? And having a communication that is not so fiery and angry, that is not coming from a triggered place, but it's coming from a place of I want to create more harmony and really start listening to one another. That is extremely important right now, the listening, and to remember to love. Just remember to come back to your heart. That's where Leo is all about. And find that authentic expression of who you are. Find your authentic expression in your communications right now. Whatever the authentic expression is, don't be afraid to communicate. Just communicate with love, express yourself with love, and maybe take a breath and take a moment before you just lash out or talk. That's the message for today. We are gearing up and getting ready for the new moon that is coming at the beginning of August. I'm, as always, sending you so much love and so much light, and thank you for everything that you are and everything that you do. If you would like to have a personal astrology reading with me, a soul signature reading, please go to my website, noalakshmi.com, and we're going to dive deep into your chart. I'm going to have a lot of fun and see what's going on for you. Also, I'm offering all kind of amazing programs. If you want to take your health, your well-being, and your life to the next level, then please contact me. Go to my website again, noalakshmi.com, and I would love to talk to you and see how can I support you on your transformational journey. Have a wonderful week. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Sat now.